feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Your lies, I'll do what I want.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Sorry, yeah, me and Dave were having issues this morning. We kind of can't get it together. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop messing with him, and I'm just gonna go ahead and go live, and I'll get him working in a second here. So okay, let's see if this works now. I just couldn't get him at an angle, which I was happy with this morning. It's like, come on, little dude, like, get it together. And he's like, no, I don't wanna. So we're gonna see if this works now. All right. So how's everyone doing today? Sorry I'm late. I'm real late. I'm like super late this morning. All right. He's probably gonna be a little jacked up, but it's okay. It's okay. We get to see fish. That's what matters. No, actually, Dave 2.0 has not taken a drink yet. Okay. Not like the first Dave. Dave, he had problems. Like lots of problems with falling into big batches of drinks. Like the big 29 aquarium. All right, now it's just super close. So let's see if I can back him up a little. Whee! Okay, we got a rice fish. There we go. I'll see if I can find something else to stack him on in a second. I couldn't get the silly freaking. Oh no, what happened? What did I miss? I do have one random guppy in this tank, I think. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm finally live. Woohoo! Oh, well, today is the end of this tank. I have all the things together. I am finally catching the rest of these guys. The rice fish are going outside. I'm booting them out the house. And the formosas are going to auction. Oh, oh no. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry to hear that. Yeah, the aquariums, they are bubbling this morning. Morning, Dan. Morning, everyone. The little riceys, they're gonna go outside. They're gonna, they're gonna breed out in the sun. Hopefully, that's the goal. But the Formosas, the little leash killies, yeah, I'm sending them to auction this weekend. They're gonna go to a new home. Hopefully, make someone very, very happy, like they did me. I I'm gonna split them up into two groups. Oh my goodness, Jody. Yes, definitely. I hate when that happens. That's like the second person on YouTube that I've known that's like passed away in like the past year and a half. That is so wild. Yep. Give everyone hugs, y'all. Give everyone hugs. Tell them you love them. You never know. Morning, Ninja Cat, Cat Ninja. Morning, Claire. Morning, morning. I'm thinking Danger Dan will probably hang out in this tank for a little bit too. Give these guys a little bit more food. Get them all out. Especially all the little babies. There's about 50 babies probably in this tank right now. So yeah, that little guy. There we go. There's the little ones. There's the little boys coming up. It's so crazy how much smaller the boys are than the girls. There is my one random guppy that's in this tank. It's always the one fish you can't catch. Claire, I'm sorry. I meant to tell you this. I meant to message you. I am so sorry that I sent my storms the other day towards you. So, okay, there was that big line of storms Monday. And, I'm like chilling. And I'm like, 50 Formosas. 50 Formosa, not rice babies. I wish there were that many rice babies in here. I finally had to, like move the rice fish to a whole nother room because the cats kept knocking the lid off the tank to drink out of it. And like rice fish babies are an expensive snack, okay? Like, because they all swim to the top. So I'm like wondering, where do my rice fish babies keep going? And I finally figured it out. Beryl keeps knocking the top off to drink out of the tank because, of course, he does. And like every day, my rice fish babies were disappearing, and I'm like, what is going on? Oh, okay. Let me get back to the storm situation, y'all. So, okay, it was about 11 a.m. and I'd been up like really early that morning. I wasn't feeling so hot, but you know, I was finally like, you know what? Just gonna take a little nappy nap. So I laid down, set an alarm, and was like, okay, I'll get up in a little bit. And then the next thing I know, the kids are busting into my room. Mom, we got sirens. And I was like, huh? I'm like, what is going on? I hadn't even watched the weather that day, so I didn't even know this was coming. And I was like, what, huh? Because it was a nap, I'm like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, there are sirens. Then there's hail. And then there's all this wind, stuff's hitting the house. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know. And then it passes. Like 10 minutes later, it's done. It really isn't a fish safe place at my place. Me and Beryl, we're gonna have a talk. But yeah, so I'm like, what is going on with the storm stuff? And it's over, but it's still raining. And I'm like, okay, well, the biggest part of it's past us because at that point I did flip the news on to see what was going on. But then a big flash of lightning hits, something explodes, and the whole ground shakes. Cars' alarms are going off. And then, yeah, a house like 3 neighborhoods back blew up. You know, just, just can't. Yeah, yeah. Made it through the storm, but then, something has to go and blow up. Also, I'm kind of annoyed at Mount Mossmore. I should have trimmed it better, and it strangled out my Anubias because it took over the wood. So that big piece of moss is now attached to my little piece of driftwood. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Lightning strikes a house and blows it up, but all of the tornadoes and wind activity does nothing, right? Like what? How does that happen? How does that happen? Oh no! What is going on this week? Okay, can we just? If it was yesterday, I might have thought you were joking, but that's it. This week's done. No, actually, it's not. I have way too much stuff to do. Like, I have to get this tank cleared out. The auction is Sunday, so the Hermosas are going into a tub so I can bag them up a little easier. The rice fish are going outside. Their tub's ready to go. And Mount Mossmore, I have to figure out where I'm going to put him. Yeah. Yeah, 3G, you know, that is, and I'd wondered, I hadn't seen Shady Grady around, and that is just so heartbreaking. It really is. That, and losing people is crazy. Even, you know, from our YouTube friends to our internet friends to even celebrities, you know, maybe I should auction off Mount Mossmore. I got two more big balls. I got two big. I got a lot of moss. I also okay. So I've also noticed Mount Mossmore has decided to grow Java fern, guys. I don't know how this is happening. I don't know why this is happening. It strangled my Anubias out, which I'm kind of upset about, but it's my fault. I should have moved it when I noticed it happening, and I might be able to bring it back. There's still some green there, but it's growing a Java fern in it. Like a little piece of Java fern got attached to it. I don't understand plants. I just don't get it. I just don't know what's happening. Yeah, look at all those little Formosa that's hiding in there. I am I'm tempted if I bag it up to say, hey, there may be fish in here because Mount Mossmore. That's awesome. And this is why I love Jody. That's hilarious. Hey, Doris. Also, Cat Ninja is not wrong. Oh, that one. Although this one's got to go back up on the screen. Oh man. Yeah, we do. I'm gonna pull the camera back so y'all can see just how kind of okay. This is a 10-gallon tank, okay, that I have all these guys in. But look at that. That's an impressive ball of moss right there. Now, granted, it was pretty big when I put it in there, but it has gotten significantly bigger. Like it goes all the way to the back now. It's kind of wild. Let's see if I can pull that back just a little. Put it over here. Okay. It would be nice if you would focus, little camera. Actually, you probably do have. You know, I don't know. Um, we might have to have a big moss ball competition. I'm gonna insert the moss ball competition there before I get myself in trouble. Oh, yeah. And I'm kind of gonna be sad to see this tank go, but at the same time, I'm ready to put something new in here and get my rice fish outside and into their own little space. Because that was always the goal when I got them last fall was to put them out over the summer. They're like, that fish flake is just too big for us, Mom. You got to break that down a little. Like I'm gonna fight with that. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna eat that flake. Morning, Tim. Oh man, I shouldn't have even put that up on the screen there. No. Now I'm gonna be thinking about South Park and Chef all day. Oh man. Itty bitty baby in the back. The baby Formosa are probably one of the cutest little baby fish because they come out looking like tiny interpretations of their big self. Other little fish come out and they don't exactly look like themselves, but live bears, they come out fully formed, so it's great. So yeah, I'm gonna break this tank down today. I'm gonna clean it up, get it redone, get these guys out of here, and um, I think what I'm gonna do though is set giant Mount Mossmore in its own little tub with a sponge filter for a couple of days, just because I know there's a big possibility the rice fish have put eggs all over it. Giant possibility of that. Thank you, Liam. Thank you very, very, very much. Exactly. Oh my God, that's so bad. Actually, what was gonna go in this tank is gonna probably be the Epistos until I have to go by PetSmart, or not PetSmart, but Petco, and pick up a couple more 5 and 10 gallon tanks because I need space for everything. Oh my goodness. And I still have that 20 gallon that I've got to finish doing something with. So I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking I'm going to do with that, but I'm going to do something with it. Oh man. Well, at least it's Wednesday, you know. I promise y'all I will eventually start streaming on Mondays and Tuesdays again. We're getting there. We're slowly getting there. I will be here the rest of the week. Tomorrow we're gonna look back at this tank and see what I've done today because whew, yeah. I'm not looking forward to catching small trying to catch little fish is kind of hard. The rice fish will be easy. They're always the easiest to catch. You know, you can they're just kind of chill fish. They always think you're gonna feed them, so you know as soon as something goes in there, they're like, "What is this?" And then boom, you got them. It's the Formosas I'm not looking forward to. Those guys are fast and they like to hide in everything. That's part of the reason why I think I'm just gonna pick up the moss ball and kind of just shake them out in a tub. They were both Mondays. Monday and Tuesday were both Mondays. So yeah, by Wednesday my week is actually started. You know, it's like whew. And then like the weekend comes and it's like, oh no, it's Monday again. It's like, also, what is up with this weather, man? Besides the storms, okay, like one day it's 70, the next day it's 50. Like it can't decide if it wants to be spring, if it still wants to be winter. Some days it wants to be summer. I just don't know what to do with this. I'm kind of afraid to put anything else outside. I was gonna put my Danios outside, but I'm afraid it's still gonna be too cold for them. The rice fish I know can handle it, but everything else I just don't know. I just do not know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I do. I ordered one of. Okay, here is the problem I have noticed with the Formosas. They are small enough that they can swim through most nets. The meshing is just too big for them. And I had some of those brine shrimp nets, you know, where you siphon out the baby brine. But they're like square and like flat, so when you scoop them up, they just jump right out. So that was a problem. So I was I was ordering another batch of food off of Ken's Fish, and I noticed that they had nets there, but one was a brine was like a actual fish net, but a brine shrimp net. If you get what I'm saying, I should have. I'll show it to y'all tomorrow morning. But this is the net I'm going to use to catch the Formosa because the netting is tight enough that it can't swim through it. And it's deep enough to where once I scoop it up, I can put my hand over it to like get them into their container. So there's that. And to move them, I've got one of those. Okay, you know, you go to the Dollar Tree, you go to the kitchen section, and they have those big mixing measuring bowls. They're sometimes white, sometimes red. They've got a big handle, but they hold like a lot. I've got one of those. So the goal is I've got a ledge next to this tank. I'm gonna set that there full of water. I'm gonna scoop them out. I'm gonna throw them in that container. I'm not gonna throw them. I'm not gonna throw the fish. I'm going to gingerly put my hand over there and shake them into that bowl after I get it over there. I have learned lessons, so many lessons, the hard way that I've actually stopped to think about what I'm going to do before I do it now. Oh, Oh man. Don't ask me how many promotions I actually jumped on for. Yes, talking of Danny Hose. Danger Dan is gonna go in this tank so I can show him off more regularly. I was also thinking, okay, so Danger Dan, he is my lone Danio. Just the one guy that, made it where he shouldn't have even survived. And he's still kicking in there. So I was actually thinking of donating him to Foxy, and maybe she could put him with a group of not court, of Danios. And, because I know she also breeds the longfin leopard Danios. And he's just one guy, and I don't have enough to actually make a group, but I do have Danger Dan. His eyes are still blue. I do love the Kyles. I got in trouble over that song. Okay, let's talk about how old the Kyle's mom song is. Okay, I think I was 17 or I think I was 17 when that song came out because my youngest kiddo was 2 and my niece was 3, and I was babysitting my niece. So, they were just really having a really long play date, and South Park was on, and I'm 17 at the time, so I'm not thinking appropriate for small children, and that kids mock everything they hear, no matter what age they are. They will, and they heard the song, and they're both sitting there singing and dancing to it. And my sister walks in, and she's like, "What the heck are you doing?" I was like, "Not thinking, obviously, just not thinking." Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just turned 46 this year. So, yeah. So now thinking back on that, I'm like, man, my niece, heck, my niece and my daughter's kids are like, no, 12 and 10 now. Who? I was a kid watching cartoons with kids. That's the way I thought about it. I know, like it's still great. So I give y'all food, y'all eat, and then y'all all just scatter away. Man, talk about fish for you. Danger Dan would be parading himself around. See, he's like, hey, look at me, guys. And I don't think he knows he's a Danio. They really were because they were okay. So the earliest seasons of South Park were great because you know it was shocking. We were kids. We were like, oh my gosh, like they didn't make cartoons like this. You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. Like some days I can math, some days I cannot. I also You know, still like watching South Park. Not gonna lie. I do. I love animation. Everything from, anime to, okay, I don't like some of the Disney cartoons, I'm not gonna lie. Disney's great for little kids, but um, you know, I'm more of a Minion kid. It's like, give me some Minions, some Shrek. I'm good with that. Disney's just a little too tame for me right now. Oh, okay, some of the older Disney is not bad. They kind of lost me at Hannah Montana, okay? They really did. That's kind of, see, that's what Hannah Montana did to me. It kind of just messed me up. It's like, man, the kid's living a double life. Like, who lets their kid do that? I had three daughters who went through all the the phases of, we like Disney, we don't like Disney, we like Nickelodeon, we don't like Nickelodeon. Yeah, the cartoon. Oh yeah, the cartoon movies. Those are great. The shows, I'm like, hmm. Some of those shows, I'm just like, no. Nickelodeon was not much better on their shows either. Their cartoons were great. I'm still a SpongeBob fan, but how can I not like SpongeBob? I mean, it's about fish, sponges. Like the pineapple thing, I don't really understand, but I don't think I ever will. It's not supposed to make sense. It's a cartoon. Yeah, y'all, I need coffee. It's about that time. I need to go make another pot of coffee. I was uh, so the other thing that happened, I broke my soda stream a while ago, y'all, and it was really sad. I am a big soda water drinker. I if I Oh, okay, Phineas and Ferb. I'll give them Phineas and Ferb. That was pretty good. But yeah, I'm a big soda water drinker, y'all, and I broke my soda stream. The little clasper on the bottle wouldn't clasp on it anymore. I don't know if I broke something. I think I might have dropped it and broke something. Or maybe it just gave out. Maybe the little spring function just stopped springing. I don't know. See, my problem is though, Branton, I the only canned soda water that is carbonated enough for my liking is either the Aldi brand or the Polar Springs brand, and that one's really expensive. And the Aldi brand, the unflavored one, is always just sold out. And I don't like artificial fruit flavors, so I'm weird like that. It's like they taste artificial; they don't taste like real fruit to me. And it's like, man, this is just kind of not really working for me. But I did find a replacement for it that takes the actual SodaStream Quick Connect canisters that I already had. 'Cause I had like um 6 or 7 of them, and I'm like, man, I really need to find something to do. These canisters were not cheap, so I found like a $40 one on Amazon that actually works pretty decently. I'm gonna have to look and see if I can find any like specials on it, because I do like to stock up on the cans for when my Soda Stream decides that the canisters are empty, and I haven't gone to refill them yet, or like what happened before, it just stops working on me. But I have to give it this. I did buy it in 2021, and it worked for like 4 years. So I got my money's worth out of that hunk of plastic. I really did. And then I found out they had these little like cups you can just sparkle your own water in. It's like, man, that's just a little. I don't know how I feel about that, because it just takes like it almost reminds me, the CO2 guns, like the little pellet guns that they take the air canister. It reminds me of one of those, and I'm like, shoot a BB or sparkle my water. Which way do we go? Oh, I'm about ready to make some coffee, y'all. It's about that time. It's like now I kind of want some soda water too. It's like I'll just get both. It's water. It's not gonna go bad. But yeah, I am a bubble water kind of fan there. Oh, my hair is annoying me today. I lost my hair tie, and it's down. And it's everywhere. And I'm not gonna lie, the coffee is about to have me. It I really need that coffee right now. All right, y'all. Let's go start our Wednesdays. The sun's coming up, and I'm about to start getting glare. So I will see y'all tomorrow morning. Hopefully, a lot earlier. I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all have a great day. I'm gonna go let the coffee do me, because I have not done the coffee yet. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. I will be back. I'm gonna go schedule my stream while I'm making coffee. But all right, y'all have a good day. Give everyone you know that you love hugs, or tell them hey, because you really never know. But I'll be back tomorrow. See y'all later.